Hi, this is the Goodlife Investor, and this video is about the best gift that you can give to your loved ones. So often we are short on ideas as to what we want to gift. We want to give them the best. We want to give them the most meaningful gift. Is it a car? Is it good education? Is it a good retirement home? So there's so many ideas, and we are desperate about making the best investment for our loved ones. Maybe it's your newborn child. Maybe it's your aging parents. Maybe it's your spouse. Often a lot of people actually don't think about the nationality and the options it opens up. So let's say you're planning a baby, and even before the birth of the child, is there an option to give the child the best gift of his or her life? So certain children are born in this world with a golden spoon. They have certain things that they are born with, and some of them are their nationality. Let's say wealth in certain cases. In South Asian communities, it's a lot about the wealth. The child is born in a wealthy household, the child is going to inherit some of the wealth and so on. But there's one particular thing that we often overlook is the nationality of the child. How does that impact his or her future? It may just have a life-changing impact on your child. So let's take an example. You have your own nationality. Let's say your spouse is of a different nationality. Your child would typically inherit both the nationalities by default. The usual assumption is that my child should have the same nationality as I do. So let's have the child in my home country so that we all are of the same nationality. But often it's overlooked that your child would automatically assume your nationality, your spouse's nationality. So if they are different, then there are two citizenships for that child to begin with in most circumstances. Again, it also depends upon the laws of the country that you're coming from. But if the child is born in a third country, then the child could be born with a golden spoon. So I'm not saying that you have to go on a birth tourism spree having children in different countries. I'm just saying if you're already located in a foreign country and you're expecting a child, or you're planning a child in future, having the child in that country or specific country could mean not only a big gift for the child who is being born, but also in certain cases can get you instant nationality, and in certain rare occasions it can get your entire family, including your parents, the child's grandparents, nationality, including the siblings of the child being born. So there are a few hidden gems in Latin America which offer this type of feature, where if you have one family member in that country, rest of the family can actually apply for citizenship as early as 1 year. So you start off with an instant PR, permanent residency, and then after a year, as long as you're living in that country, you're spending some time there, being a tax resident for 6 months or more, you can actually then go ahead and apply for your own nationality. So you're not only gifting your child a nationality to begin with, but also you're obtaining a nationality for yourself. A couple of great examples are Brazil, where if you have a child in Brazil, the child can never be extradited from Brazil. I'm not saying that this is something that the child should require, but I'm just saying that the child is born with this protection, where the child would never be extradited from Brazilian soil. In addition to that, the child would obviously assume your nationality that you carry in most cases. And also, the icing on the cake is that if you spend a year in the country, you get your own Brazilian nationality as well, as long as you satisfy the requirements. So Brazil is just one example. There are other countries where you have similar option for the child as well as the family. Again, this is not any type of birth advice. This is simply educational content informing you of what's out there. There are a lot of countries where once you obtain the residency, there is temporary residency and there is permanent residency. So based on how you're structuring your residencies, there would be different laws associated with, let's say, a temporary residency versus a permanent residency. So as long as you're structuring these residencies correctly and everything fits legally in the law, you can maintain multiple options at the same time, as long as you're being honest and truthful with the reason why you're obtaining them in the first place. Let's take the other example where you're not planning a baby and you already have your children and you want to gift either your children, your spouse, or your parents' nationality. There's several citizenship by investment programs which offer extended eligibility for sponsorship. You can actually get, in most programs, your child and spouse would qualify, but in certain programs, you can actually obtain nationality for your parents as well as for your siblings. So really provide a great deal of flexibility, and this could be a gift that they would realize in future. Maybe instantly it might be a surprise for them, but once they get the nationality, once they become a citizen along with you, you're gifting your entire family. So you're not only having that nationality for yourself, but you're also giving them a big gift of their life, which can really be useful in their future. It's almost free for them because you're paying the fees for yourself, and then for them there's just a minor cost of processing fees, but what you get is truly beneficial for their life. And they may not realize this upfront, but once they start using the travel document and exploring their country or other residencies using this gift, it can really pay off in the long term. And besides all of this, there's several other residencies, truly hidden gems. With simple property purchase, you can obtain the residency, and some residencies are restrictive, whether you want to spend time on the ground. So if that's what you are looking for, then that's fine. But if you're looking to spend less time on the ground, there's several residencies that come with great deal of flexibility. So you can structure all of that in such a way that you can still be able to spend the minimum amount of time over a period of time and get the eventual benefit, which is applying for your citizenship. And time runs fast. Where you're starting one residency, if you have multiple residencies, you would not realize in no time you're getting close to the requirements, and it's just a matter of a year and a half or 2 years that you spend towards the end to become eligible for your citizenship. So it's very important to start thinking about all your options, and even more importantly, it's critical to start thinking today so these options are locked in and you don't lose out on these options in case the program ends. A lot of what's happening around the world, especially with the finances, the war, etc., governments cracking down, there's heavy dissatisfaction with these programs. A lot of the Western governments are putting pressure to end these. So before all of this ends, this is the golden opportunity. Again, this is not investment advice, this is just educational content, but this is that opportunity, according to me, which if you do qualify, then this is something worth considering. And if you want to get started with any of these options, structuring these options, residencies, citizenship, investments that lead to eventual benefits, click the link in the description, book a call with us. We can discuss your options and get you started with your residency or citizenship of choice. And if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe and hit that bell notification so you're instantly notified of any program changes. And if you like the kind of content I create, give me a thumbs up. And until next time, you take care and goodbye.